We'll see. Why jasmine oil is so expensive? So probably because it's rare, because it's kind of going on with all the videos like that. But we'll see. We'll see.
Jasmine buds don't smell like anything, but once they bloom, producers in India process their coveted aroma into one of the priciest oils in the world.
Okay.
Just 1 kilogram of jasmine oil can cost over $5,000. It's a key ingredient in luxury perfumes.
Yeah.
But to get 1 kilogram of some jasmine oil, these women need to pluck over 5,000 buds.
That's all?
So what does jasmine smell like?
Also, like, I imagine... okay, here's the thing. That's a controversial take. If you would do that in a country like Germany, there would be, like, a lot of stuff missed. Like, they would go through the bushes and, like, half the buds would be still there. But that's not happening in those third world countries, because they would probably get fucking hanged for it. Like, let's be real, they like lose their job or like maybe fucking go to jail because they didn't do their work properly. That's insane. Logic hates and you go to sleep, bro. Dude, no worries, someone. Go to sleep and we can play Overwatch tomorrow. I mean, like, I'm not sure if I'm gonna get in the game sometime soon.
And why is the oil so expensive? For hundreds of years, jasmine has been used in India to make garlands and headpieces for special occasions. Its scent is sweet for...
What do you mean, ouch? Well, for you it's actually today, not tomorrow. For me it's tomorrow. Or is it? Yeah, it still is tomorrow for me.
Floral,
but for you it's today.
Blending well with other fragrances.
What do you mean, ouch?
India grows over 80 varieties of jasmine, Jasmine grandiflorum and sambac are two of the most commercially valuable.
It's been considered very divine. And sambac, especially even among other...
He didn't even measure, like the thing is laying on the ground, is it not?
Are two of the most commercially valuable.
It's been...
The stones were heavier or lighter? I'm not sure.
Are two of the most commercially valuable.
Yeah, the stones are lighter.
It's been considered very divine. And sambac, especially even amongst other flowers, is considered one notch superior.
Sambac?
It's the most preferred flower.
Jasmine sambac
It looks cool.
has this ease, this friendly...
Does jasmine have anything to do with jasmine rice? Is it like the same plant or something? Ouch for workers who fuck up this... Yeah, I know, right?
It is a joyful scent.
His name is Vasa.
Jasmine sambac thrives in Madurai, the jasmine capital of India. Like any flower, jasmine produces a strong scent only after it blooms. But local sellers don't want jasmine flowers. They want the buds.
Probably because of the oil or something.
That's because once the flower blooms,
I think so, yeah.
the scent only lasts a few days.
Yeah.
The buds last longer, so they're easier to transport, whether it be for garlands or oil extraction. Raja runs a jasmine oil company, but before Raja can produce the oil, he'll need to wait for the day's harvest.
What is he wearing the mask like that for? Jasmine tea as well?
Is a night-blooming flower. To maximize the harvest and ensure the buds make it to the markets in time, harvesters head to the fields early.
In the morning, yeah.
Rati is one of a handful of women tasked with plucking the buds.
I actually want to see, like...
It's not as simple as grabbing each bud she sees.
Yeah, I mean, some are done, some aren't.
Only the right bud blooms that day. Otherwise, it's not going to bloom. So if it doesn't bloom, no fragrance.
How do they tell though?
Deciphering which buds to harvest requires a keen eye. One that Rati has trained over the last 10 years in these fields.
Damn!
இந்த பூவு இன்னைக்கு பறிக்கிற பூவு இந்த பூவு இன்னைக்கு எடுக்க மாட்டோம் அது 2 நாள் கழிச்சு எடுப்போம் இது 2 நாள் கழிச்சு இத எடுப்போம் இது பூத்த பூ இத எடுக்க மாட்டோம் இந்த பூவை நாங்க பூத்த பூவை எடுக்கவே மாட்டோம்
I did not see the difference.
Rati goes to each bush one by one, plucking thousands of buds before she collects a kilogram of jasmine. Gathering that much takes her about an hour. The work must be done gently by hand, so as not to damage the buds.
Okay, makes sense.
Damaged or wilted buds mean more work for Rati.
Jasmine is a very laborious picking process. As a kilo of jasmine, just to give you a perspective, will have about 5,000 to 6,000 independent flowers. So to pick 1 kilo, they have to move 5,000 times. You know, the hand moves back and forth 5,000 times.
Damn.
To pick just 1 kilo of flowers.
But that's still a tiny fraction of the buds needed to produce a kilogram of oil.
Yeah, well, duh.
For 1 kilogram of jasmine oil,
But like 10
Raja needs
10
1
kilograms.
metric ton, or 1,000 kilograms of flour.
What? I guess like maybe 10 times, but it's 1,000 times.
As she works, Rati collects the buds in her sari to protect them and preserve their
What the
fragrance.
fuck?
சவுக்கரை பேத்தில் போட்டுனா பூ வெந்துடும். மார்க்கெட்டு போகும்போது பூ வெந்துடும். எடுக்க மாட்டாங்க மார்க்கெட்டில். கட்ட முடியாது, வண்ண முடியாது. பூ வெயிலுக்கு வெந்துடும். சாக்கையில் போட்டு அனுப்புனா அது பூ வெந்துடும். அது வச்சு நாங்கள் சேலை கட்டி
Jute makes the
She'll
wool
harvest
faster,
for
or
about
what?
5 hours straight. It's tedious and tiring, but it's critical for her to keep moving before it gets too hot. Then the buds head to the local market.
Look how much they dropped.
இங்கே வந்து நிலக்கோட்டையில் மல்லி தரம்பாக்கு வந்திருக்கோம். குவாலிட்டி பார்த்து எடுத்து கம்பெனிக்கு அனுப்பிச்சிட்டு போயிட்டே இருக்கோம்.
Murugan is used to the market's chaotic energy. He's been sourcing jasmine for oil production for 18 years.
Honestly, stuff like that is fascinating to see, but I'm not interested in visiting like places like that. It's like, don't get me wrong, it's super interesting to see, and I will watch more videos on it, but that's something I'm not interested in actually going there.
Practically all corners of the market are full of buyers, bags of jasmine buds, and scales to determine the proper quantity for sale. The rate today is 500 rupees per kilogram.
Okay.
Before buying,
But they don't measure well. Like, they put in too much
he
all the time.
assesses the buds closely to determine if the size will be worth the price.
இது சைஸ் ஸ்மால் சைஸு பொடிசு. இதில் ஓப்பன் ஆனால் வாசனை இருக்காது, ஸ்மால் கம்மியாக இருக்கும். இது ஃபேக்ட்ரிக்கு சென்ட்டுக்கு போட மாட்டோம். இது நல்லா இருக்கும், பெஸ்ட் குவாலிட்டி. இதை போடுவோம். இது நல்லா ஸ்மெல் இருக்கும், நல்லா ஓப்பன் ஆகும், நல்லாவும் இருக்கும்.
Okay.
When the sun has set, Raja's employees begin unloading bags full of
I fucking
jasmine
love
buds
palm trees,
back
dude.
at the
Palm trees are
factory.
such an aesthetic.
The first step is to spread them out with rakes, and then again with their hands and feet. Spreading out the buds is crucial to preserving them. Leaving them in a big pile would generate heat, which would again
This has to smell so good.
and cause them to wilt. Then Raja's team waits until the flowers begin to bloom.
The minute it starts blooming, it starts emitting the fragrance. And then after some time, you can see emits a bad fragrance. So, you know, there's a constant chemical reaction that's happening in the flower. For us, it's so important to capture the fragrance at the right moment, which is soon after it blooms, which is the best in terms of yield and the smell.
Like several other white flowers, jasmine is rich in indole. Ironically, indole is found in feces too. In the case
Yeah,
of
that
feces,
probably makes it brown.
there's too much indole, so it produces an unpleasant smell.
Oh, never
But
mind.
in limited amounts, it creates an appealing aroma, as it does with jasmine.
Okay.
When the jasmine has bloomed, Raja's team loads the flowers into 4 5,000-liter extractors. The flowers
Insane.
then soak in a solvent. Once the solvent
Fucking
absorbs the
insane.
smell of the flowers,
It's brown,
they
you
remove
see?
all of the liquid.
Oh, it's right. It's
They're
brown.
left with this waxy, hard substance called concrete. It's what Raja uses to finally extract the oil.
Maybe it's
You add
yellow.
alcohol into the concretes, and then the concrete is separated off
It
the
sounds like
waxes.
concrete. Look, it's brown.
filtered, and
Oh,
then
maybe
you
yellow.
get the
Orange. Yeah, it's brown. It's brown. It's brown. It's
Jasmine
brown.
Sambak is the most coveted of all jasmine flowers, hence the high price. At its peak, jasmine Sambak flowers can cost 10 times more than other types of jasmine. And when it comes to the final price of the oil, the majority of it depends on the cost of the flower itself.
It makes sense.
About 60%, the bulk of
Like,
it.
well, what kind of dumb statement is that? It's like, you want to make pancakes? Well, the price of the pancakes depends on the price you buy the stuff for the pancakes in.
cost
Duh.
is attributed towards the flower cost itself. So it varies depending on the price of the flowers every year.
That's so stupid. Like, of
The
course.
cost of 1 kilo of concrete is around 2,750
It's actually concrete.
to $3,000.
Yeah.
And the absolute is almost a double, like 5,500 plus per kilo of absolute.
But jasmine sambac oil wasn't always this valuable. In fact, Raja says it was rarely harvested before the launch of Dior's J'adore fragrance.
That was when the sambac became the in thing.
Imagine how many jobs Dior created with that.
Before that, sambac was grown in India, but it was not really extracted.
Today, jasmine oil extracts travel from India all the way to Paris, where they will be used in many...
Paris again. It's fucking France again. If you see this on YouTube and watch the other reactions, every single video is apparently about Paris or France.
high-end fragrances, particularly at Guerlain.
They literally appear in every single video. That's like Stan Edgar in Marvel movies.
Guerlain sources jasmine sambac oil directly from Raja.
The signature of the house is made with jasmine and 5 other ingredients. So jasmine is almost everywhere.
The company produces all of its fragrance blends in-house, including Mont Guerlain.
Jasmine sambac is the star of Mont Guerlain. You have the
Fragrance
top
is
note
such a
of
cool thing.
Lavender, blend then in the jasmine sambac florals you enjoy. Then comes the sandalwood and the vanilla. This is such a
Dude, sandalwood, vanilla, and lavender are such fucking good, not flavors, like smells for fragrances. Especially sandalwood and vanilla.
soft and beautiful fragrance. You know, it's weird. Sometimes you even surprise yourself.